But you can call 1-888-400-5574. 1-888-400-5574. Did I say 88? Okay. Oh, we have another call. All right. Caller, you're on the air. Who's this?
No problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
WPBRadio.com. I'm your girl, Kimmy Ye.
And your boy, Devin Fly Guy Ricks.
O'Malley, Martin O'Malley, he was the mayor at the time, you know, kind of protesting against the wire. So my character was actually discontinued. But that's what actually started my drive, my ambition, my determination.
What was his big issue with The Wire as far as for it portrayed as the Baltimore community or just...
He was running for mayor, I think, in the second term or something like that. And, you know, basically, I think that he was saying that he was putting Baltimore in a bad light.
Right.
And that he wanted to put Baltimore in a, you know, a different light. But, you know, I am born and raised in Baltimore. And you can't hide the truth.
Right.
About the city. You know, at the age of 5 years old, I was shot with a .357 Magnum.
Wow.
You understand? At the age of 15, I went to jail for defending my life, self-defense. But Maryland has no self-defense. And, you know, I basically had a lot of things that I went through in life that inspired me to try to, you know, look for better situations, you know, to make myself, you know, to basically, you know, be successful in life. But O'Malley basically, I think he just did that because he was going through his election situation and what have you. So, you know, I saw the script, Idris Elba and my co-stars, Trey Chaney, Bodie, and everyone. They came and they welcomed me with open arms and showed me the script and my character and was like, you know, welcome aboard, you know, welcome to the Wire's cast. And then one day, David Simon came to me and told me, you know, we're not going to be filming in the low rises anymore. And I didn't really know what that meant until, you know, my character got canceled.
Right.
You know, but basically, I stayed with my co-stars. I stayed with Method Man, Bodie. We hung out like every day for years. And I always stayed behind the producers and the directors, watching how they would film, how they would direct. And I picked up on that. And it took me 8 years, but I wrote my first film called Guns and Grams. And it was motivated because I was motivated to do this because of my character being cut on The Wire. And like I say, it took me 8 years. It's a story about the Sicilian Mafia moving heroin in Baltimore City. And I'm gonna go ahead now into what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to know why did it take you 8 years? Did you want to make sure that it was perfect?
I wanted to make sure it was perfect. And this is not just like a neighborhood DVD. You know, this is a full featured film. We're filming in Baltimore City. We're filming in Miami. And we also are filming in New York City. I actually started out filming in New York for 3 months. And now we're in Baltimore and we're going to make our way to Miami. The reason why it took me 8 years is because I had to do a lot of research on the Sicilian Mafia before I just went out there and just started just filming what I felt like filming and try to just, you know, I wanted to make sure that when the Sicilians see this, they would be like, wow, this guy knew what he was doing. You know, I did a lot of research on the Mafia. I did a lot of research on a lot of things. But a lot of this is actually based on a true story. So I will tell you at least 80% of this is a true story. It just flipped and tossed a little bit, but it's definitely based on a true story.
And man, you have some of the mafia members, the roles of the mafia members. Don't get it twisted, not the real mafia, but they look the part. Like, oh my gosh, I wish y'all could see them right now. They look like they are part of a real mafia.
It took me 2 years to get them. Entirely 2 years to get. I got about probably like 30 members right now of the Samperi family. I actually have the mob boss heads of the Samperi family, who was Paulie Samperi. You know, they came all the way from New York, you know, tonight to represent Guns and Grams and put out there, you know, what we've been going through to film this movie. And like I say, man, this is not just your average DVD. This is a full-fledged production. And, you know, they're here. They're here to put out, you know, what we've been through in this production and all the throughout this year. You know, of us filming. So
now I know you're still in the process of filming. Did you guys all come from New York to film? Are you guys gonna do some filming like in the upcoming weeks?
Actually, the Sicilians they came from New York to actually come on the radio to, just to support Guns and Grams. Because I actually, we actually filmed in New York for entirely 3 months. So, actually, me, myself, and the other stars who are here now, we are locals. We are Baltimore City, in the area. So we're already here filming. But now it's just the beginning of us. I filmed with the Sicilians for 3 months, and now it's our time to step in.
Right. All right. So how important was it to make a story like this?
It was important to make a story like this because everyone has. Like Scarface, everybody got the Latino side, the Italian side, and I was like, man, everything I'm writing is based on a true story, and I'm being very precise about how I do things. And I was like, how can I be original? Like, I don't want to go out there with the same old movie that everyone's seen.
Right.
And I was like, man, the Sicilians. Why nobody ever talk about Sicilians? Everybody just try to act like they're the little ball that the Italians are kicking underneath for Italy, And I'm like, those guys actually was the biggest mafia trial in American history. You understand? And I was like, you're not going to kick this under the rug. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and write about the Sicilians.
I was going to say, for people who don't know what the Sicilian mob is, like, to go into detail of explaining, like, what that is, and then go into detail about the entire movie.
All right, okay. I would say one thing about the Sicilian mafia. Okay, they were very smart. They was very intelligent, and there was a situation where in New York City there was a crew that the American government called the Pizza Connection, and what wound up happening was that they came all the way from Sicily. They migrated. They did what they had to do to get things started, but about a 10-year investigation with the FBI and the DEA, they finally cracked down on what they called the Pizza Connection. And, it was led by Madalamente. He was from Sicily, and he was called the Uncle, actually. And he actually had New York City and Philadelphia to the point where he made over $1 billion in black tar heroin sales. What happened was they, they finally got caught or what have you due to an informant. And what happened was, let me say, I don't want to forget. When he got caught, the government decided to do a joint trial of everyone there, and Madalamente was basically convicted for conspiracy to distribute over $1 million in black tar heroin, and it was listed as it was the biggest mafia trial in American history, in U.S. history. And that also inspired me as well. But during the time of his incarceration after the conviction, the actual prosecutor, I think his car got blown up. And the people who actually came and testified against him, the Sicilians, actually wound up being found in dumpsters and things like that. So even while he was in jail, they basically were still showing how much power they had. So I kind of mixed this into the true story that I had as well. I didn't mix it in. It kind of inspired me.
Oh my God! So what other acting have you done besides this movie?
Truthfully, this is my first.
Oh.
Yes, version. It's gonna pop my cherry.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
It's all good. The kitty's asleep. I don't know what we're talking about anyway.
It's all good though. It's all good.
They don't know what we're talking about. So how? Tell me about like one moment that stuck out to you while filming this movie. Like, what was your most memorable moment in filming this movie?
The most memorable moment is just being alive. We came from the same background for real, and like I said, we came up like Snoop. Snoop was a part of our background for real. So once he came to me, it was like, I want you to be in this. I want you to do some things. I felt as though I had no choice, and that's where we come from. We come from Baltimore. We Baltimore all day, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you really want me to speak on it, but like we come from a background that's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we like, yeah.
Yeah, we got you, How hard is it to work with somebody that you're so close to as a friend, but also on the professional, like now you have to be
It's
an actor
very hard.
level?
It's very hard. Because I need to know that I'm doing it right and not just you giving me a pass.
But your friend should tell you straight up anyway.
Yeah, he's very hard.
I actually gave him the part because he's a natural, and I know who he is. And when I cast people, I look at them as I can talk to you for like 30 seconds and know if I can give you a starring role in my movie. And I guess God blessed me with that talent. You know, I don't know where it came from, but it's a person here right now. I cast her as JB, and JB was actually a male star in my film, and I gave her that role instead because I talked to her for like 5 minutes tops, and I knew that she would be on point for that film. I cast her for a starring role in the film within 5 minutes of me knowing her.
Wow,
and she's
that's
here today.
amazing.
And I don't know why God blessed me with this talent or how he. I mean, I thank him for it, but. When I got film here, footage here, you guys will see it later on, but I mean, you'll see.
And he's talking about Tiffany Chambers. She's no stranger either. She is also in the web series Where I'm From. In episode 6, So, you know, we know her too. Definitely look out for her work as well. And what is your name in the movie?
Pauly Santeri. Perry.
Pauly Santeri.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And then you were saying, you know, you're not new to this. You're a veteran in the game. When it comes to acting, you've been in several things already, which I'm sure you have a long list we're not going to even get into. But tell me about your role as the mob boss in Guns and Grams.
It was I had seen the ad for the show, and I came to Baltimore and auditioned for Larry, and I was very impressed with Larry and his whole technique because I'm a big fan of cinema, and I was also a big fan of Claude Lelouch. I don't know if that name means anything to you or not, but Larry, his production was very much like a film Claude Lelouch did called Un homme et une femme, or A Man and a Woman, which happened to win the Academy Award, I think, in 1966.
Wow.
This guy did it with 3 people, much the same as Larry's doing it, with a very minimal crew, and I think he's doing a marvelous job. I think the guy's got huge talent.
Wow.
And I just hope it works for him like it did for Claude.
So, as a mob boss, like, you're the big boss, you're the one that they all go to. Like, are you like that in person?
Actually, no, I'm very mild-mannered, except for my cruelly handsome looks and quick cat-like movements. There's very little, you know.
And by the way, they all come from New York. Also, you came all the way from New York. I know it was really snowy. How was your commute?
It was snowy. It was snowy, and it was a little bit on the slippery side. Yeah. But we've been talking about this for days. And Bobby and I talked about it, and we said, gee, we can't miss this. I mean, this is, if this is going to help Larry and it's going to help the film Guns and Grams, absolutely, because I think this is a story that needs to be told. And I think the more people that hear this story and see this story, I think the better Baltimore will be for it.
Nice. Now, did you know a lot about the Sicilian mob before this movie yourself?
I love Italy. Actually, no.
Okay.
No. I didn't.
And what'd you say was your most memorable moment on the set of Guns and Grams?
Pronouncing the Sicilian word omerta. Yeah. It must have taken... How many takes did it take, Larry?
It took about 35 takes.
35 takes or whatever.
To pronounce, what is it now? Say it again.
Omerta.
Omerta.
Well, Larry insists on rolling the R. Omerta. And I had problems rolling the R.
Omerta.
Exactly. Omerta means, it's basically a Sicilian oath.
Yeah,
it's a code of silence. It basically means silence amongst the law or on pain of death. If you snitch, you die. That's basically what it means.
Gotcha.
Okay. And it was a scene in the film where he was being snitched on. And he was in the feds waiting trial.
Yeah.
With one snitch. And that snitch tried to run to Sicily, and you know what happened to him.
He got him.
And now he's free. The Samperi family is free, and they're on their way to Baltimore City to work with my father, Larry Dorsey. And I, Larry Derr, play... My father is Shorty Dorsey. I'm Larry Dorsey. And he basically fronts my father Black Tar kilos of heroin. in return for him saving his life in the feds. I'm going to get a synopsis in a second.
So this was a true story, but not really your family, or was it?
It wasn't a
part of your
family, and it wasn't. I don't know if it was the Italian or the Sicilians or not. I heard it was the Greeks, but this is based on a true story.
Okay.
Like 90% of what you see in this film is based on a true story, and we're filming high action packed. Like I say, this is not a hood DVD.
Right.
This is something you will see in the movie theaters, and I ask you, to respect it as such.
Nice.
So,
shoot, I need to know if we got some more parts open.
Right.
Oh, okay.
mhm.
All right, we'll talk. So, Dawn, I want to know, you being a trained actor, there's a lot of background that you have to do as an actor to prepare for a role, especially when it's so different from you yourself and from your own personality. So what type of training or preparation did you do to prepare to be the mob boss?
Well, one of the nice things about acting is you're not stuck in yourself all the time.
Right.
You get to be other people. So that's a start. Now, actors have different ways of preparing. Some actors try to find out how the character walked.
Mm-hmm.
Some actors try to find out body postures, what have you, as a clue to what's going on with that character.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I try to be open.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to be open to read as much as I can about the character and to get some insight into what the character's values are, what his hang-ups are, what scarring he might have had from childhood, growing up.
Can I cut it a little bit?
Yeah.
I basically saw potential in him, and I made him do it. That's what happened.
Okay.
Okay.
He makes people do
I
stuff.
made him do it,
Okay.
and he did an awesome job, and he could not believe it. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, but you will see, he's more of an actor than anything. When you see him on the screen, you will not believe that that's him in person when you talk to him.
Wow.
He's very intense. It's going to show a lot,
Wow.
Antonio Simmons.
That's amazing.
And older.
Yes.
They say older?
Antonio.
He's still on. Yeah.
He's still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Antonio Simmons. Just want to get real quick. The last two mob stars that are here, since you came all the way from New York, we gotta have you on. We have Bobby and Ronnie Lopez. You guys play under Dawn's character of the mob boss. So talk a little bit real quick about your role and what you do in your role.
Right, how you doing, Kimmy? Hey.
Hi. Oh my
Welcome on.
goodness, he said.
Thank you very
I
much
need to
for
give you a
having us
high
out
five. He said my name right the first time.
We're in town. Basically, Larry grabbed us by the throat and made us come down here to do this. The people, the places, the characters, everybody it fits. It really fits. It's a good feel. Everybody works really good together, and hopefully we can get this thing rolling. Really make it happen.
You said yourself this is your first movie.
Yeah, this is a cherry popper for me as well.
All right. I love that
Down for the
name.
first
How y'all
time.
calling it that, a cherry popper. So after this, do you see yourself doing more acting?
I gotta be honest, hon. I don't see past this door right here. I just go with whatever Larry's putting in front of us. I got faith in him.
Larry's a
It
very balanced.
feels like a good thing going here. Everybody works well together. That's the main thing.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Oh my goodness. I love your voice too. So where are you originally
Thank you.
from?
I'm actually from Central America. See, I've been in Baltimore for actually this 15th. Yes. It will be 16 years that I've been here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, 16 years.
16 years. So I can say actually that I am Baltimorean.
Oh,
I've been
yay.
living here in Baltimore longer than actually I've been living in my own country.
Yay, a Baltimorean.
Yep.
So what's the role that you play and how do you like it?
I love it. I hope I'm playing it right. I am a killer, virgin as well, like Bobby, and very shy.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Y'all, he looks so, you look like when you first see somebody, when you first walk in the door, you look like a mean, hard killer. I knew that you had to play a killer. You had some guns in that church coat that was going to come out soon.
Can I say something? I will say this. These two guys, Bobby and Ronnie Lopez, they are hardcore killers in this film. Okay, they have no mercy. Bobby, he's like the comedian, but at the same time, he has no jokes, no games at all. Ronnie Lopez, he will blow your brains out and comb his hair afterwards and say,
Look
"Hey,
like it.
what's that hot chick we talked about last night?"
Oh my
And I mean, none of these guys. The way we're talking right now, we are 1,000,000,000% different on that set. And when I tell you that we have talent, God has blessed us with some serious talent. And when someone sees this film, you're gonna realize just how much. We can't talk about how our talent is. We can't. When I'm looking at these guys talking, we're having a good time right now. But when I say action, it's not a game.
Serious.
It's not a game. And when someone sees this, you know, if they're not willing to invest in this film as far as a producer or something like that, they're gonna be like, wow, man, I wish I would have been a part of that. Because Guns and Grams is not a joke. I'm letting you know that now. It just stands out. Just stand by for Guns and Grams, guys. I'm telling you, it's not a game. It's what the Sicilian or the mafia crowd has been waiting for. Okay, stand by.
Right, and I had one small question. That's for Bobby. Do you watch that reality show called Mob Wives that come on VH1?
No, I can't say I do.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that those just seem like reality TV, like some shows try to implement mob lives or try to bring it out more with reality TV? So do you think that they have, I don't want to say fake drama or mob stuff, or do you think that's just for TV and they're really going through the mob story or the mob life?
It's all for TV, dude. Let me tell you, it's all plastic. It's all plastic.
I got you. Because I was looking at it and it didn't look like, I saw one episode, I was like, these girls look like they just making it up and they just have their fake drama.
But the original ones were from real mob families.
Oh, okay.
The original ones.
The only ones making money on these women are the plastic surgeons. That's